Ninja! Ninja! Ninja!
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the walls. The chair is against the walls. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our daily gun show. Come to you live every weeknight, and we talk about guns for an hour. So we're going to see who shows up. Unlike a lot of the other shows, we send out links. So you're welcome to join our conversation. We send out links right there in the chat, so you can type stuff and be part of it, or join in and be part of it as well. It is Thursday. It is episode 1012 something, 1200 something. We've been doing the show for a while. So the format has changed over the years, and right now it's an open conversation. We are focused on firearms, however, not the news of the day, not the news stories that we're supposed to talk about because we're told to, or the things you're supposed to react to. Instead, we talk about guns, real gun issues, Second Amendment, the long haul, the eternal vigilance versus some sort of expectation of a win, expectation of arrest, expectation of a finish line. We try to look at Second Amendment as a long-term fight. So that's what we're doing, and I'm working on the projects to that end as I speak. And because I'm working on something that I'd much rather be doing than talking to the wall and not doing it, I am going to wrap this up pretty quick tonight because no one's jumping in.
Buy things at here websites.com.
How the hell did that happen?
Buy things at here websites.com.
Maybe I'll just do that for an hour.
Buy things at here websites.com.
See, that makes me just want to listen to music and not sit here talking to the wall. So yeah, I'm not really doing this show because of some sort of interest in getting my point across. I don't really have that much of a point, and I am not here to hawk something or promote something or change your mind on nothing. We're here to have a conversation. I enjoy creating and participating in 2A Second Amendment focused projects. Work on those pretty much every single day. And this conversation, this chat, is a opportunity for the Patreons, people that financially support what we're doing and participate with the projects over on Patreon. Place for them to jump in and chat. And now we're at 0 people watching. So I guess when you don't have this show consistently, I fell asleep yesterday, that you're not going to get a bunch of people showing up. So, like I say, let's see what's going on here. And who's this?
Yeah, this is DJ, the mouth of the Midwest.
I mean, I guess keep doing that if you want, but it's freaking me out. And when I send them out on this channel, I guess I don't care because nobody shows up. But if I send them out on the big channel, then my tendency is just to leave people weird over there. So FYI. But yeah, thanks for jumping in. So Like I was just saying, didn't have a show yesterday, so I don't know if we missed talking about some stuff, but I'm a little distracted. I'm in the middle of working on some stuff. There's barbecue jumping in. So some of the regulars, thanks for jumping in, keeping the conversation going. We'll see if anybody else. I just barely posted the show, so it didn't have any time to cook or whatever. See if anybody sees the alert and jumps in. It would be nice to see some nighttime regulars show up. We used to have quite a few, third shifters and people who are driving or whatever.
Good, pretty nice. I say, it looks like we lost DJ.
Usually exactly. Oh, look at that. I never noticed that before. I guess I should notice that. All right. Well, so like I say, I don't have to repeat all that. You know the deal. If you guys got something to talk about, we'll talk.
Yeah, I can remember the night that that logo up there on the top right of my screen for Guns and Barbecue was created. Oriented it the right way and moving stuff around until the okay was given. And I'm wondering if you would we had the opportunity, G, to go ahead and take a look at that mail image that I sent you of an SL 1200 turntable, and if we might have time enough to do a live draw.
Oh yeah, sure. So
cool.
Stuff. So what, you want it to be that rectangle shape or a circle?
I think it has to be a circle and a rectangle. So I think, yeah, with what you would use for 2x3 dimensions. Or 2x2 maybe. Yeah, that'd make better sense. A 2x2 would, wouldn't it?
There's no way to do it. So it's whatever you feel like doing. And
well, you have far more experience than I do in it. So
I would tell you if there's a way. There's no way you can do it square. You can do it rectangle. But whatever you do, you're going to have to adapt it to a circle and a square and a rectangle at some point. So whatever you like is what you do, and then you're going to adapt it because there's nothing you can do. There's phones and there's computer screens. So squares and circles are like the attempt to be in the between, and they don't work all the time because you're always going to need a circle. You're always going to need a rectangle also. So anyhow, so let me open up a new one here.
Yeah, I think we're going to work the Beretta 92 into it as the tone arm. It has to be based on a rectangle square.
All right, and where did you send me that picture at?
Patreon, I think. Or it might have been the gun website's Gmail address. As a matter of fact, I think that was it. So has anybody caught any new films this week? Anything new out on Netflix? Any binge watching going on?
Is there really 8 of these pictures, or is this just a screen capture that says 8 on it?
It should just be one, and it should be a GIF.
Yeah, it's just that it's a screen capture, so it threw me because it says 1 of 8 on it. And I just, on the screen or whatever.
Okay. I definitely have not binge watched anything except for YouTube videos. I've been doubling back on some of my subscriptions and trying to go back to the beginning of 2020. And some of the channels just started this year. So a couple of them I've been able to knock out. Kind of rolling the overnight in that way.
You're saying you're going in and watching an entire video, all the videos from a channel?
Mm-hmm. Ask Barbecue. He actually has to like and every once in a while reply to my comments on his stuff. And let's see, Wield and Well Arms I've clocked him. gone through a whole bunch of Patriot in the Dark, and starting off on Gizzard Gary and trying to get ready for the Sunday show over there.
And if you're
And the
listening, those are 4 hours a pop.
Yeah.
300 of them. All right, so yeah, see it. So it's sort of a rectangle trapezoid right now.
Uh-huh.
You want it to be that trapezoid shape, or you want it to be like a straight?
No,
band?
yeah, square it up.
So what's this thing called?
It's a Techniques SL 1200. It's a DJ deck for broadcasting and stuff. That's the wheels of steel that I spun all those years, and that I still have 2 of.
The deck?
Yeah, without the shells are going to be the easiest ones probably. Yeah. Oh wait, just right there after noon at the top there. You just scroll. Yeah, is that top down shot? Might that be the easiest way to go? Yeah,
This?
like that.
No, that's cropped.
No. Okay. Oh, my bad.
That's not even the whole circle.
Okay.
This
I'm
one,
looking at it.
that doesn't look right. That's not it, is it?
Well, right now it's less than a centimeter square on my screen.
I mean, that was a close to being down.
You can zoom in on StreamYard, DJ.
Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna try that.
On your phone, you can.
Oh, hell yes, I can. Thank you for the tip.
Where'd that one go? Oh, there's this one, but that doesn't look like it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there on the right, the fader is the pitch, and the square down on the lower left is the turns the platen on and off, and that thing that's popped up above it is shooting out the red light, and then that one of blue is the strobe, and the checker pattern around the outside of the platen there is how you set the pitch for the speed.
What do you mean the checker pattern?
You see on the outside rim there, it's
here.
Yeah, yeah, where that and the light shining on it, that's a strobe. And so
really?
Yeah, so when you're at 33, 45, or anything in between, you can tune it right there, and it shows you. It'll lock it in and stop spinning.
Do all of them do that, or just ones for club?
Mostly higher end gear will do that. You can affect the same thing by using like a timing light from, a car and just putting hash marks on your turntable.
All right, and then what did you want to do?
I think it'd be cool to go in arcs, top arc DJ, with just a single space in between the two, all with caps, and then underneath, play nice, one word. And we'll see about maybe bookending play nice with a capital E. Just see how that looks.
And then what about the Beretta?
And then, okay, the tone arm over there on the right, just want to position a 92 where the tone arm would be.
like cartoony though. Right?
Say it again.
Like a cartoon though, not like photorealistic.
Yeah. Because to me in particular, those are two absolutely iconic elements of my life, even though it's 9mm G. I got the 33s for it.
Could you just say it's a Beretta 96?
But that wouldn't be true to my carry, the 92S. I do wish I could drop the mag with just my right hand, though.
What do you mean?
Because it's not a true, well, it's a rear of frame release instead of a button up near the trigger guard. So usually what I find myself doing is just pushing right with my grip hand, and then thumbing up and stripping it out, and then shucking another one back in. And I just wish I could do that dump and then shove instead of the dump, shuck, shove.
So you have one of the old Italian models with the release down at the bottom of the grip?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Well, it isn't the most tactically convenient thing in the world, but I've practiced out enough on it that I only really dropped maybe maybe 2 seconds.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be a convenient location. There's a local shop here that they say they're Italian military trade-ins, and they have that same magazine release down at the bottom of the grip, which I was like, that's kind of funky, but at the same time I was like, kind of want one just because of that. But I think it has metal grips on it as well when they get them.
Oh yeah, mine came with plastics. It is Italian, and it was supposed to be police turn-ins. At least the batch that I bought from was. There weren't any police markings or anything on them, though. No extra proofs or anything like that. But they were, and I mean, just it's all metal, man. It just feels great. So makes 9 feel like a 22.
Yep.
Otherwise, I like to go with the Smith & Wesson 45 compact, the M&P, and that's 8, and so I carry 2 mags of that instead. And it's about the same weight.
Plus, you're carrying 45, which is man's caliber, so you don't have to have as many rounds as the 9.
Yeah, my testicles have descended. Oh, and gee, that mini movie that you put together was freaking awesome. Are you going to do like a part 2?
No, it's just I was watching that movie and figured it'd be funny to try shoving a bullet in there.
Well, it was.
Did you use that face swap app to do that, or?
No, just taking video editing software.
Was it like the thing you did with putting Bob's face over everything?
No, that's that face app. That's a software that you just give it a face, you pick the scene, and then wait a minute and it does it. This is just taking the movie on one layer and then taking the picture of a bullet on another layer and moving it around so that it covers up the Long Ranger or Chuck Norris or whoever. It just takes a little. Basically, I fell asleep at, I don't know, afternoon yesterday and woke up at like midnight my time. So too late to do the show. And it was cold as shit. And it was, I didn't really want to go around doing anything unless I had a blanket on. So it was just something I could do while I was still awake until I could fall asleep again.
Man, that night that Bob saw finally recognized himself in those images, and he just laughed and laughed and laughed. My face lit for the rest of the night. That was it's so awesome to hear somebody just let loose at themselves.
Later
He
on,
seems like a good-natured guy.
Later on, his attorneys called me, and I have to remove all those pictures now. They have free healthcare and free attorneys up there. So anytime they want to sue somebody, they just send the equivalent of a mounted attorney down here.
So since Wanamaker got canceled, do you have a little bit of breathing room to go on your tour, G, or are you still going to try and get out there as soon as possible?
I needed $3,500 to go because that would cover bills and things, and it raised 18. So by the time you take bills and stuff off, it'll be like closer to 15. So it's not really enough to just throw everything to the wind and go on the road. But I did change I got the brakes coming, and I got the, what do you call them, spark plugs coming, and I'll change those out myself, and then did stuff like got the dog registered and licensed and all that kind of crap, and then the license plates and renew AAA. And when that stuff is done, like the stuff that needs to be done before I can just hit the road, I'm not going to hit the road without towing, right? And I'll see what's left over. But I've got massive bills that come in this time of year, and this is, what do you call it? November is the day or the month that typically capitalists save all their money and spend it, right, on small businesses and things. And if I drive around, since what do I do for a living? I do stuff and then I sell stuff at my store. So if I drive around, which is what I've done every year in November, I already have nothing to sell at the store. It's not like I ordered stuff for November or anything. So anyway, that's why I figured 3,500 would be like a number where I could leave and pay bills and be on the road at the same time. Since we didn't get that, I'm just gonna have to figure it out. So I can't say, on Tuesday or what is this, Thursday after the thing ended yesterday, where I'm going on a trip or nothing. Like I say, I'm still got to see. I got the brakes for $300, but if I put them in and get them half-ass in there, and then it turns out I can't change brakes, then I got to call somebody. I don't know what the final number is on stuff, so I'm not going to start going, oh yeah, I'm going to be, in Tulsa on Friday when it costs me $500 in just gas to get to Tulsa, right? So,
well, I don't know if it makes you feel any better, G, but
what?
What's up?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know if it makes you feel any better, but I changed brakes on my car and truck after I lost my vision. So
I don't feel bad. I'm just telling you that I'm not going to sit here and tell you bullshit when I can't tell you anything. I have to find out when it all comes down. But I also, what the fuck? I haven't done brakes since I was a kid on a regular basis when I actually had cars that I had to do that kind of stuff because they'd fall apart all the time. I have a car that doesn't fall apart all the time now. So last time I pulled apart brakes was whenever I pulled it apart. And I'm not going to go around saying I'm an expert. Especially
I was gonna say that has discs the whole way around it, right?
No, I got rotors up front and discs in the back. I think that's how most trucks are.
Well, rotors are same as disc. Drums are those big heavy ass things that have the pads on the inside called shoes.
Yeah, I got those in back.
Then the rotors have the pads on each side.
Yeah, I got discs up front and pads or drums in the back. Isn't that what I said?
Oh, okay.
So what do you want this to do now? Feel like this?
Let me blow up again. 180 it and see if having the grip at the pivot and the barrel along the armature. So trigger guard towards the middle.
Like this?
Yeah, and if you could move it over to be dropping on the first grooves, that would be just inside of that checker area. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe a little bit more. Barrel up towards 12 o'clock or rising a little bit. And then heel back towards the, yep, you're getting it just back a little bit more that way. Try and back out now. No, that doesn't translate as well. It does need to be the right side of the frame, though. Maybe if you just moved it up, move the butt up towards the top. Whoa.
That backwards then?
Yeah, let me turn it upside down.
Well, then it would be backwards. So.
Yeah.
What now?
Okay. Butt further up. And then tilted. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're on it. You're up. Yep, that's it. And it's within the right-hand side there, too. Okay, let me zoom back out. Yeah. That does it. That translates. Oh, yeah, if you could just a little bit of that underneath there. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then how are you saying the words?
DJ and caps. And I was thinking of them following the arc of the turntable.
DJ and the 9mm bullet band.
And what kind of font?
I think that the manufacturer's font is pretty close to just a Times New Roman. Let's see what the, oh, well, yeah, but that looks really good too.
Just not just the default, whatever came up.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually a fan of Garamond Bold. If you could throw that on there, it's a true type.
What's the name of this thing again?
TECHNICS Techniques.
Yeah, So,
SL 1200.
can spell SL 1200 way easier. It gets right to it. So this font.
Let me scroll over the zoom in.
You want it like how the thing is?
Not set up like that, but in that font would be nice.
These are the fonts I have. What the hell? All right. Take it out. I have nothing to drink. Sitting over there.
Can you hop up just a little bit in the alphabetic listing there and go to Garamond?
I don't know if I have that.
Okay.
What is it?
Garamond, Garamond, but I don't see it.
No.
Try the Gang of Three. That looked pretty well defined.
No, that's like Chinese.
Asian. Yeah,
it's like a menu. It's from a menu or something.
What's that font that they used on Happy Days?
Oh, like a neon.
Yeah.
If you actually spell something, it'll show up like this. So get a better idea of what we're trying to get it to look like. It needs whatever those things are called on the T's.
Like the Arial there. Yeah, it's nice and clean. And it reflects that, the original, so.
Barely.
Yeah.
There's got to be more. That's one.
But go ahead and in the text box, though, throw in Play Nice after we get the T locked in.
Well, the T is the same thing that brings the C and the H. I don't know what those things are called, but yeah, whatever those little things. That's how you can see it coming. That one's actually kind of close. It's just not thick. Can I go thick? That one thick is kind of close. J, that's going to be a thing. And then
Yeah, that's ugly.
you said you wanted it round, or you want it to be flat, like these are flat.
Well, now that the Beretta is ghosted over there, we're not really going to be able to have. I don't have as much real estate, so I'm thinking about maybe moving the DJ into the center, the center hub, and then we can do Play Nice from. Let's see, from like 10 o'clock down to the barrel in a smaller font, maybe. Yeah, in a much smaller size.
Curved?
No, let's move it to the inner the inner label and just square it, and then use that arc for Play Nice.
Like use what arc? You can't curve. You can't what?
No, okay. So where the paper label is on an LP,
yeah.
The middle of the spindle.
Yeah.
Instead of having it on the arc, just have D and J straddle at 9 and 3. And then Play Nice will be on the arc that currently has DJ in it.
What is straddle? Straight or curved?
Play Nice will be curved. DJ will be squared.
But I wonder, DJ, if people see that, they'll look at it as Play Nice DJ, since you'll have Play Nice on the outside and the DJ on the inside.
What?
That's okay. The inverse is also true. They can tell me to play nice, DJ. And that will mean that I play what they want me to. I do take requests, but I don't suffer fools gladly. And when I worked in the dance club, if the girl complained about what I played and she told me what band she wanted to hear next, I didn't let her pick the song, and I almost always had a good 12-inch remix that would clock in a good 3 times longer than she really wanted to be on stage. So she was nice. They were nice to me after that.
All right. See this? This is a curve. And this is straight. So straight or a curve?
DJ, where that is, straight, play nice, curved. And make it curve from 9 o'clock up to 3. So P at 9 o'clock, E at 3 o'clock instead of across the top. That way it'll be read like Barbecue suggests. DJ, play nice.
Like this?
Flip it so the P, so it reads 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, left to right.
It's getting pretty small.
You move it out to one of the other rings to get a little more real estate.
Yeah, and it's written
away from the internet. Well, geez, the way it looks right now, if you toss that DJ in the top arc at 12 o'clock, that might be it, because that'd be really cool. And then it just leaves all that.
You're not gonna see shit. What is this for? Graphic? Or there's no way it's a patch. It could be a sticker, maybe, but it's going to be a confusing as shit sticker, I think. Anyway, watch. As soon as you do this, and then what are you saying? Like this? Oh, shit.
Bump it to the right so that it gets away. No. Yep. Oh, that's pretty choice.
No, you're never going to be able to read that.
Well,
like, what the fuck is this circle in the middle here? Like, now it says dodge, play nice or some shit. Like,
no, well, it's really, it makes complete and total sense to me. Everybody else is just along for the ride. And I don't really have a purpose for this other than to use it maybe as my chat icon for now.
And it's just going to look like this. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're only liking it because you've seen it happen, but there's nothing good about this right now. No one's going to know what this is. I got to put the volume on there still. But even with that, no one's going to know, what this actually is ever. That's the layers. But I think even with
could you lay down the concentric grooves? That would help.
What now?
The grooves of an LP, like if there were the grooves diminishing towards the center, that might help to identify more.
No, it would look horrible. No, okay. It looked bad with these. I took these because when you kill them, that's the rubber. I don't know what those are. Is that the size of records or something? Like those are some of the ones. Is that what you're talking about? Those grooves? Those are on there. So
yeah, those grooves are just part of the slip mat. I'm talking about the grooves that would be on the LP. That is what would be called.
That would be horrible. This is already. Look, see whatever I'm doing here. Oh, I locked the layer. Whatever I'm doing down here is. All right, that's 0.7. This is 0.139. So 0.7. What the hell? 0.07 maybe? All right, what the hell is going on here? This is 0.07. So now this is 0.07. Oh, what the fuck? In the center. Right, so anyway, this is just, I mean, right, so that didn't help nothing. And if I start adding more detail, you want color in it?
Yeah, I was thinking so before. I mean, the black parts are obvious, and I just want to toss in, instead of that little blue light, a red one, because that's red is the standard, and then silver along what I.
There's no way to do silver without crazy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to do like whatever that.
Is there any way to introduce the checkerboard of that outside circle?
If this was a poster, I mean, you're asking too much. This is
Okay.
at this point, I don't know how big you want this thing to be, but let's say it's 2 inches by 3 inches. Then if that's the case, then these are like a 1/4 inch. So, I mean, yeah, I can draw anything on a computer, but what it's going to render into is going to be mush, or it's going to be gray. You know, it's just going to turn into gray. This is already just a sketch. This is like, you know, nobody would, I don't know. So, I don't know. I haven't seen enough of these things to know what they're supposed to look like. The one you sent me had like gold and black on it. I can't do gold. I can do black. I can't do silver. Those are colors that don't exist on a computer screen. So the best I can do is like a yellow or brown or something for that color. And then, or you can go photorealistic and make it look like whatever, but then it's worthless. You can't use that for anything, printing or, you know, maybe a sticker, but that would be it. And then I would need Photoshop and not this. I don't know how to make gold colors and stuff like that with this software. The other ones are all like a gray and black, so put gray in there easy enough. But like I say, I'm not sure what the end use is, but see, that's like the closest thing I got to gray. What the fuck happened there? Oh, it's underneath of the picture. Oh, yeah, it is. You know, I'm going off of these. What color is yours? Like that one has a gold thingy.
Well, mine are the standard 12, the standard silver. That gold thing is like a super special edition. That thing's like, I don't know, $5,000 or something like that. The thing that you just highlighted there is the little tower. It actually recesses into the base, and you pop it, and it slowly cams up and shines that red light out. It's cooler than hell.
Oh, it's
little
like
robot.
a hydraulic button or something.
Yeah. And then the square underneath it is the start-stop button, and the skinny rectangle from there is how you select either 33 1/3 or 45 RPM.
I don't know how the light works. I don't see the light on enough of them. clearly on the like a dome.
It comes out of the side and just shoots right there on what I've referred to as the checkerboard.
Try putting the DJ in a different color.
The only thing I'd want to do is a green, a vibrant green, like a shade lighter than British racing green. But with that degree of saturation.
I don't know what that means. So,
But I don't know if that'll look too Christmassy with the red light, because that kind of looks like Rudolph's nose.
Back green. Back green.
No, sorry, got to pull out of that one. Black. And if it ends up red being the only accent on there besides the black and the black and gray, I think that'd be all right.
Right. Another option would be to do a thing around it. Make it stand out with a border. I don't think I can do this one very easy.
Well, that was good.
It makes that stand out a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It's getting better. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what else. Like, say, if I try to put too much crap into that edge to make it look like the checker, it's going to go away. I can try fucking with it down here, I suppose. Oh, what happened to this red? Hmm. Oh, I know what happened. All right, and then I was going to put some crap over here. All right, you stuck on that font?
No. Isn't there a font called Impact?
You know what you're gonna have to do now, DJ? You're gonna have
Say
to
it again.
go and get a Beretta airsoft gun that looks like the Beretta 92 and
Yeah.
completely gut it, and then modify your turntable to look like this. You're gonna have to go get a Beretta 92 airsoft, put it on your functions.
Yeah. Well, as I imagine, if I did just cross sectioned it in half, I could just lay it across the top. They're awfully weight sensitive, though. I mean, the stylus itself it's a diamond or emerald bit, and it rides in the grooves that are pressed into a petroleum product, for God's sake. So kind of hard to set the anti-skip so resistant for something like that. But what would work would be like if I did a cutout of on a piece of cardstock. That would go on.
Cut it out of a milk jug.
Say again, G?
Piece of milk jug, the flat side of a milk jug. It'll last forever.
Yeah.
All right, so is that any better?
Where'd my DJ go? Ba-ba. The DJ looks good. The Play Nice is too scrunchy around the Y. Ugh. What if we moved Play Nice into what is considered to be the spiral out? That's the non-grooved portion that goes in towards the paper label, where the needle just slides across and then resets. So Play Nice drops down to the OD of the first ID ring. Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean? It's already in that. Do you do that? It's just making
Well,
it.
now it's on the ID of the ID ring. So if we go OD of the ID ring, yeah.
It's going to get big. And that's not a record anymore. Now it looks like you got a plate with some sort of weird fork or something, and like
I know.
placemat.
Yeah.
Like a record at all. It never did look like a record. It's just a record player or whatever. But
yeah, the eye is falling downhill backwards and just kind of looks jacked.
It's always going to do that, dude. That's I don't know what the fucking
because
word
it's following the curve.
Because it's following the curve, exactly. And it's always going to be whatever font you put
Maybe-
in. They're all going to wally wonk their own fucking way because they're all got their own whatever codes. You could sit here and go all day and then flip it to bold and that kind of thing and keep seeing different ones. But
Well, what about something that's just more plump in general, doesn't have to match the DJ?
nothing's matching the DJ. Yeah, that's what I was trying to find
Okay.
before. Impact is the biggest, fattest one. but it's crunched together. There's nothing you're going to do because it's got to smash the tops of the letters together and yank the bottoms apart. So there's nothing you could do. Maybe some weird 60s font, where it looked like a bell bottom, like might work. But you know what I'm saying? Like there's just nothing you're going to be able to do. Every font is designed to just sit there, and we're asking it to pinch the top and expand the bottom, turn into bell bottoms. So nothing's going to do that. There's no way a P is going to get small at the top and big at the bottom and look right. A Y can't get small at the top and big at the bottom. That's fucking backwards. It's like asking a triangle to go backwards. That's how.
What if you did like a block font, like RCA Records used to do?
Amy.
Just like block letters. I wasn't sure if that might help with that issue at all. But I have no idea what that font name would be.
It's just a big fat font from what I remember with the things on it, sort of like the Techniques was, except fatter.
You know what? I just got an idea I'd like you to try because you have that text block out. Put that down lower right in the rectangle, and then just put DJ in the center of the platen, and that might get it. And I like the way that font looks right now, the way you have it, where it's the inverse black, white on black. That would solve the squish. And it corresponds roughly to where Techniques go. So.
Oh, here we go. What about doing this? No, it won't do it. What the fuck? Like this kind of thing.
Can you pull the tail of the Y down just a bit?
See, I was trying to do like a cut in the middle and then like humps or whatever.
Huh.
Do what now?
Yeah, go ahead and along that path. Yeah. Now I get you. I got what you mean by bell bottoms.
Well, this is
Like
more like
flare.
cut half and make the top half the DJ and the bottom half the play nice. Maybe I can warp it while it's like this. Just let me free the start. Let's see. What do we need to do? We need to get this up in there. This up in there. Too hard to read?
Not for me. Let me try and look at it. Yeah, okay.
Still do this.
I'm liking that the most so far.
That's the impact again. What do you think?
Undo to get the DJ straighter the way it was, and that.
Why isn't that working? Alright, I guess it's not moving. Alright, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm digging it. Can you drop down to that square in the lower left and just GO exclamation text?
GO?
Yeah, go button. Hit the go button. Like when you're 4 seconds into dead air during a broadcast and you realize that you didn't push it hard enough. Like, oh shit. Then you do that stutter step thing like you'll do with a mouse button sometimes. Select, deselect, select, deselect, select, deselect. Thank God you could work the left hand on the board and roll the faders back and just bring your voice back up. More left-handed dexterity than I ever thought I would get. And that's why I can only play piano with my left hand. Which is also the hand that I fret with on the guitar. So. But I drum with both hands and both feet. You play an instrument, G? Barbecue? Anybody?
Barbecue? Oh no, he's in here. Not anymore, really.
What did you like to play?
Never liked to play. I had to when I was a little kid. Then as soon as I
Oh, no, that's the worst when you have to.
Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I didn't mind it in the long run, but I didn't like having to play whatever at school. Yeah, I would have rather just been in a band or something if I wanted to, but I never got into that.
Yeah, both my parents were music and education majors, and my dad was the music teacher, and it was traditional in our elementary school to start kids in band in the fifth grade. But of course, he bought me a Bach Stradivarius trombone because that's what he played, and started me in the fourth grade by myself. So by the time I hit the fifth grade, I was so far ahead of everybody else that I just laid back. And in the sixth grade, sitting at first chair, I got bored. And then when everybody else started to learn new stuff and my stuff was not as good anymore, doom, 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 I tumbled down the chair system, was completely frustrated as a 12-year-old, not knowing any better and thinking that I was just doomed. So band director offered me tuba. I was like, okay, I can do that. I mean, the association with a fat guy playing the tuba, that's kind of obvious, but that was actually his instrument. So I had two band educators trying to teach me on their instruments. And so when the high school kids came down to try and get kids to transition from junior high to high school band, because pretty much if you were in any sport, you were not going to be in band, and there was very little to do about that. And a guy named Donnie Martison showed up, and Donnie showed me how to padiddle, which is a real percussion term, on a snare, and said that he would show me more if I came to first period band my freshman year. And I did, and did percussion for the next four. But had to put in my freshman and sophomore dues playing bass drum. But then because nobody wanted to have to be bothered to individually tune the timpani, we had three kettles, and they all are tuned to a specific pitch. And so I started playing those, and that was just a lot of fun. It was almost like sitting at a trap kit, behind a drum kit, playing that, which I got to do during jazz band. But my best friend, also in the same grade, Jeff, had a kit at home, and he had been practicing. He'd been woodshedding for a long time, and he slotted right in there. Our mascot was not so unfortunate, but you will remember the time in the 80s where Survivor's Eye of the Tiger was number one for far too long based on its appearance in the Rocky film. And that was what we played in jazz band every damn game. Every time there was something going on, it was the Eye of the Tiger. I prefer to take the A train myself. The real jazz standards were more fun for me. But 4/4 rock and roll is, 4/4 rock and roll and cut time 2/2 punk rock is me. That's my style.
All right, what do you think?
I dig it, man. Yeah, I dig the go button. Yeah. Let's fly.
Keep looking at this thing, trying to figure out what else I'm missing on it. Maybe this little button down here. I don't know if more detail is helping it or not. I don't think it's helping it.
No, I think that the elements are there. All the essentials are there. The only thing that I might request is in that tall rectangle on the right underneath the hammer. If you could put a slider switch maybe 1/3 of the way up from the bottom, and that can just be a lightly colored rectangle left right.
So to answer your question, GJ, I actually started playing the clarinet in 4th grade. I wanted to play the saxophone, but my mother was hell-bent on me playing the clarinet because that's what she played, and she could teach me, but she never taught me a day in my life. And she went to talk to the music teacher about it, and the music teacher's like, well, we've got like 9 kids that are going to be trying to play saxophone, and we could really use other clarinets, and it would actually be easy for him to learn saxophone if he learned clarinet first. And I just never got to learn saxophone. So
Yeah.
I can play the shit out of a clarinet, and I'm actually in the process of trying to teach myself guitar.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I carried around a saxophone, and it's lame. I don't think you missed nothing. You had to worry about that effing reed all the damn time. The only thing that weighs more than it is a tuba, and you don't have to carry around a tuba. Everything that weighs more than a saxophone, like you could leave at school, and you just had another one at home because the little kids are too wimpy to carry them around. Like it would be like a piano or something. Like a guitar, like if you really wanted to carry your guitar around, you could, but they'd let you just leave a guitar at school or whatever. So like, no, not the saxophone, no. No, you get to carry that giant freaking piece of metal around, like 100 other pieces of metal in there, a bunch of ropes, and there's a bunch of wood. So then you gotta like soak reeds constantly. You gotta read. It's just that yours is a little smaller, but you gotta constantly be soaking them stupid reeds, as I remember. They get all gross, and you gotta throw them away. So that's like a whole stupid part of it. It's a waste of time, and you gotta like, it's like smoking. Like, oh yeah, I like smoking. Like I like hanging around ashtrays and sucking on things, that are gross. Like, yeah, if you're into that, then go do it. But you know what I mean? Like if you just want to pick up and play saxophone, no, you also have to worry about gross ass wet pieces of wood that you're sticking in your mouth all the time. And then it fills with spit. That part was gross. All of them, trumpets and the thing that goes back and forth. All that
the
stuff.
trombone, that's what I played. I'd love to blow out my blowhole. That was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a thing, but that's all I'm saying. It's like none of that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's neat. But if you were going to do it all again, trumpet, done. Trumpet, bugle, flute, anything that doesn't have a reed is the way to go. Anything that's small enough to fit in your pocket is definitely the way to go. So reed, flute, piccolo, harmonica, right? That kind of stuff. Guitar.
Harmonica. Yeah, harmonicas.
Pick up and
in
go.
your pocket.
That's the only thing I would ever recommend. Like I would never doom a kid to play anything or do anything with music. And like if a kid was like, I think I like music, I'd be like, all right, you're getting a harmonica, and that's it. Until you somehow prove that you're really good at it. Because otherwise you're just everything else is just a burden for a little kid. You know what I mean? It's setting that little kid up to fail. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the embouchure for single reed instruments is weird enough. Double reed, like bassoon, oboe, English horn, those are all
Yeah, I wouldn't even give that to the kid.
Another dimension. And the only thing that's wrong in brass with a trumpet is that your embouchure is so small to get in. I mean, as a kid, it's not as big a deal, but you'll blow out your upper lip. And that's why trombone is.
I never blew on anything without a reed. You mean it's like physically difficult?
Well, it's you purse your lips down into the inside of the cup, and then that's how you pressurize from there.
You look like that one guy who looks like a fish or whatever, where his cheeks puff out whenever he plays.
Yeah, Satchmo. That's from his playing trumpet all those years. Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about that, but yeah. See, so you're gonna get hurt playing any kind of musical instrument.
But at least trombone's a lot like just blowing a raspberry. It's just.
I put that in there. What do you think of that? That dark center.
Yeah, dude, it's groovy. It helps to set it off too. And I don't think it'll be misinterpreted as some kind of weird dot.
No, now it won't. If I made it too dark, I think it would. Then it would look like a dotted N or something. All right. Well, is that good then?
Yeah. Can you make that fader just as wide as the slot itself and then move it down about a third from where it is? I usually like to pitch under.
I'm also trying to teach myself 5-string banjo.
Oh, I hope you got a dexterous right hand, my man.
The
That
right
is not.
hand is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's just figuring out the fretting. But
It's a really
doing
skinny
the
neck.
doing the forward rolls and the backward rolls, they're not bothering me too much.
Cool. Yeah, plectrum instruments are fun. And if you get into it, you can build your own stuff, which is really cool. Like dulcimers, you can get a dulcimer kit for like 20, $30 and put it together. It's just, putting in the braces and gluing stuff together and then finishing it the way you want it. And you can do that finger style. You can do it with metal picks like some people use on banjo and mando. Mandolin's another one. If you get good at a skinny neck like banjo, you can switch over to mando, and you got a nice deep voice like mine. When you're playing an instrument that's a tenor or a soprano tuning and singing baritone or bass under it, it's beautiful. I mean, I like the high lonesome, the high lonesome guys, Bill Monroe and all those classic cats, but the deeper voiced ones, I dug them the most.
I think if I was gonna if somebody was like, "Oh, you're in high school again or elementary school, whatever, and what instrument do you want to learn?" I would definitely pick violin just so I can learn the fiddle.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
They wouldn't let you though. It'd make you play boring crap.
Yeah, or they'd stick you in a Suzuki kids class and you'd be playing it when you were 3. That's brutal. My little sister did that, and she gave it up by the time she was like in the 4th grade. She just couldn't stand it anymore. Doesn't matter if you're recital worthy every time the company comes over for dinner, you just don't even want to face that squawk thing. But if I was joined around a fire and, somebody broke out the harmonica and someone's stringing a Martin D10 flat top guitar and I got to join in on one of those instruments, that'd be great. Because it's the melody. It takes everything.
Yep.
Takes everybody's imagination right with it too. All the emotion is right there. Yeah, and the simple wind instruments like G was talking about, piccolos, flutes, recorders, any of those things. Shit, a didgeridoo. I still don't have the technique down for that. I can do circular breathing for days, but I cannot get a didgeridoo to sound like anything.
I can't figure out circular breathing to save my life.
It takes a while. It takes a while to develop. What really just downs me is throat singing. Like these guys up, in the mountains, and they're just like reverberating things across, and I can't even do it, but I try. Oh, and if you ever find yourself having to use a public restroom and it's got the stall walls made out of metal and it's hopefully a tile floor, find the frequency that the stall reverberates at. It's a kill. Just like you're trying to get a tone across a bottle, it's blowing slow. Just go up and down in pitch until you find it, and it'll just start to womp, 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 womp.
That's
I
great.
I learned that at the hospital. I used to hang out when my grandfather was dying in Wisconsin. I had a Walkman and 3 cassette tapes, and I would sit in the handicap stall down the hallway because I didn't like to be in the room, and I would hum, and I taught myself how to do that.
All right. Well, I think that we have definitely chatted away from guns a little bit. My bathroom.
But this is media, and there is a gun in it.
Yeah.
And it's right up your alley, man. That looks beautiful.
Right on. Anything else to change to it?
No, sir. Save it and send it on.
Right on. So,
I'm so happy.
yeah, I mean, if you want to change it or whatever, if you got something else, let me know. But, yeah, no problem. Thanks for jumping in and keeping the show going. Appreciate it. So I'll save it as a couple of different file formats and just email it back over to you.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, I don't know. I think we ran everybody out just doing nerd stuff, I guess. They want to watch sitting around drawing pictures or what. But let me save this before I try to talk and type at the same time too much here. All right.
I think we scared everybody off when we mentioned having wood in our mouths.
Well, I'm the one who brought up doubles. Oh, shit.
Well, we definitely don't have anybody participating out there, so it's just us chatting. So, like I say, we've been going for an hour or something, and I'm going to jump out. We've been going for long enough to, and try to keep a conversation going. We had some productive work tonight, but let's see. We have the tour that we're working on. We've got, of course, all the stuff going on in the news, but like I said, there's lots of other channels that take a look at that stuff constantly. There are lots of efforts we could be doing going forward into next year, and well, we'll see. So, of course, now that we're done drawing, a bunch of people are showing back up on the numbers. Never know how to interpret the YouTube ones. I don't know. Maybe they show up when people are active, and if people are just listening, they disappear or something. I really don't know. But there's no way to understand it. So we can chat off air. Being on air means I can't screen share and do stuff, but I could chat off air and chat with these guys all night. So there's no point in shoving this off live. There's only the three of us, I think, watching. Pink chatted 19, so over 25 minutes ago or something, almost half an hour ago. And now that I've moped a bunch, nobody's chatted, so that gives us a chance. Usually when I start moping, that'll give people a chance to get to the keyboard, but I don't think anybody's out there. So we're going to go off air. Do you guys want to throw anything out there before we go off air?
That everybody should join us again tomorrow night, same time, same station.
Let's see. Yeah, tomorrow I should be getting the breaks tomorrow. They said they'd get here Monday, and Gary, I don't know who that is. Somebody didn't get a notice. Yeah, I don't always set these things up ahead of time. So before you go, oh, you got yours. Good, right on.
I got mine too, G, and I'll do an opening.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, well, I was to say I ordered the breaks or whatever whenever we were live. Was that Monday, Tuesday? And then, no, that's door number 2. So no one has it and no one can buy it. Let's put it that way. I shouldn't say no one has it. No one can buy it. There's no way to get it. There's no way to acquire it without getting it. Let's put it that way.
I got door number 2, I think. I'm sure I did, didn't I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep. Door number 2 is freaking awesome.
So, so I ordered the brakes the other day, and whenever we did online, I think I ordered them during the day, right? That's what happened. We did a night van chat, kind of did some recon, and then I always like to have other people who know. Like I say, I changed brakes before. I've done it a million times, I suppose, over my lifespan, but all that's heavily weighted till I was younger. So as much as I don't think they've changed the way brakes change, I'm not going to go around saying I'm some kind of brake expert or vehicle expert. But I do appreciate it when others are around to offer some insight. So anyway, we ordered those brakes the other day, and I ended the chat, and I still had two. The way that Rock Auto works is when you order stuff, it comes from different warehouses, and I had two warehouses in there. So I went in and adjusted it a little bit. I think I changed the brake. No, I changed the spark plug wires. And as soon as I changed the spark plug wires, evidently the other items didn't. They had them at all the warehouses because it just recalculated everything. Anyway, it went from like $50, $60 in shipping down to like 20 or something. So anyway, I ordered everything, and not only did it go down in shipping price wise, but then it said it was going to be here Monday, and it ended up and then I think it said it was going to be here Monday, and then I'm checking the tracking anyway, because things are definitely, actually, knock on wood, almost everything except for Clover and Tony, whose packages got lost, and we lost thousands of dollars worth of patches technically. Except for those, everything else has been like, if it says it's going to be here on the 15th, it's here on the 12th. If it says they're going to be here on the 17th, it's here on the 11th. So it's crazy. So so stuff said it was going to be here Monday, and now it says it's going to be here tomorrow. So if it's here tomorrow, then depending on what weather's like and what I feel like, I may jack everything up and start switching out stuff. But I'm not going to guarantee nothing. So I'm just throwing it out there that if I'm exhausted from working all day, then no show. And if I'm stuck outside in the middle of the night working on that thing overnight, which has happened before, no show. So there might be a show tomorrow, there might not, but we'll see. And hopefully the brakes will get here. Hopefully I'll be able to swap them out. And if I do swap them out, everything goes smoothly, I might book, and then no show. So we'll see. There's probably going to be a show. The other thing that's happening tomorrow we won't talk about. So let's see. Gary's saying I've been to subscribe to your channel for a while. Barely found out about this one. Yeah, right on. I've done this one we've done this show now for 1,200 episodes. So we started back in 16, but then for a little while we had different hosts. One of the hosts really wanted to make money on this show, so we moved it to its own channel, and I just left it over there because it never did make money, but it wasn't worth cramming it back in to the old channel. So I just leave these over here. But anyway, so yeah, feel free to, I guess DJ's been listening to them. You've been listening to these shows? This is going to be a rough show to listen to. Not good. There's a couple of good ones in there. There's a couple of good conversations in a show or two out there. Like, there's not very many good shows. There's a couple of good shows, but very few. Most of them are just real. It's just conversation. It's just like if someone turned their tape recorder on when everybody went to lunch break or something. It's not really work. We're not always working in here. Sometimes we work in here, but most of the time we're just sort of BSing. And I enjoy BSing about things that are just real, not whatever the news decided we should be distracted with today, so that we're not talking about something else. And I certainly don't find any challenge or need to talk about the newest or the most important or the most critical topics either. There's plenty of people getting paid lots of money to dig that stuff up. Instead, I'd be much happier to just talk about 2A topics, like, say, strategy, how we can get people motivated, aware that this is all eternal vigilance, that there's no reward other than satisfaction of a job well done, and hopefully making it easier for the next, right? Whoever's next. That's the next old people to come along, or if it's the next young people to come along. If we can make it easier for them, then I think we've done something.
Yep, help to eliminate the path.
Eliminate the path? Eliminate the path makes it, that's kind of a dick move. Like figure out how to get there and then eliminate the path right after yourself, like some kind of ninja, and then.
No, not eliminate, illuminate.
Oh, okay. I thought you said eliminate.
No, dragging a branch behind me. You cannot follow.
I got here. It's possible.
Illuminate with tracers.
Oh, shit.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm getting out of here. So there's a bunch of people showing up. Vandalista showing up from overseas, over the seas. And then, yeah, welcome, Gary. We're here every night. So we throw links out there. That's how these guys got in here. I start the show. We throw out links. We have a conversation. If it lasts an hour like it did today, hour and a half. If it lasts 5 hours, it has. If it lasts, well, it was almost going to last 5 minutes, but these guys jumped in. But yeah, like I say, we're going to jump out now because really this whole time I've been thinking about this new thing I'm working on, project I'm working on. And I don't like being 3/4 into something and then having to stop and do something else. So I'm going to jump back to doing what I was doing. But I do appreciate everybody for jumping in and being part of the show. We'll continue to do it.
Thank you for your time and